Welcome back. Well, Adelaide is famous for the pie floater, but tonight a floater that's going to make a meal of pain. We know from previous stories we've run that many of you suffer serious pain, so this story is really going to interest you. Francesca Belperio reports on the simple apparatus that tackles pain relief and relaxes you while you have a good lie down.
If you've got stress, this is the only place to come.
I really haven't experienced anything else like it.
It's a de-stress secret that's been just floating about.
There's so many demands to be available and to answer your phone and to be texting and to be on Facebook.
It's all stress, and that's all it is, and everyone's got stress.
Adelaide plumber Alan Whiteway suffers from severe back and neck pain.
I'd been to chiros, I'd been to physios, and they never seemed to work.
What did work was something he least expected, a place where he could drown away life's stresses.
I just lifted my neck and it just went pop from my shoulder to my neck, and all the pain went. And I felt good.
It's thanks to this mysterious-looking avatar-like tank, a relatively unknown treatment called flotation therapy.
In terms of physical recovery, there's nothing quite like it.
Athlete and personal trainer Amanda Allen says there's nothing quite like a float after a tough day's training.
It just relaxes the muscles. It takes the load off of all joints, and what you discover is just how much tension you carry. Extremely relaxed, weightless.
People with maybe fibromyalgia or arthritis, back pain sufferers, athletes for recovery, just general de-stress, shift work recovery and fatigue.
So what exactly is the magic behind this machine?
It's just layer upon layer of tension just drops away.
The fiberglass tank's filled with water heated to skin temperature, and in it about 300 kilos of Epsom salts.
Like the Dead Sea, you can't help but float. You essentially are weightless and you lose the sensation of where your body finishes and the air and water start.
Sounds simple. Well, Airlie Shuttleworth of Brighton's Float Room says it's that simplicity that has the most profound effect on her clients, including athletes, pregnant women, CEOs, uni students, and those who are just plain curious.
We'll often have people who are pretty stressed when they arrive and their faces look tight and they're holding tension, and when they actually walk out the door afterwards they look like different people. They look younger, and I think the Epsom salts help with the circulation and their skin is glowing.
It may sound new age, but sensory isolation tanks have been around since the 50s, invented by neuropsychiatrist John Lilly in an experiment to see just how the brain reacted without any stimulation.
What ends up happening is you get a very deep relaxation response.
So relaxed that recent research proves it relieves anxiety, depression, and improves stress-related conditions like sleep deprivation.
There's been studies to show that a couple of hours in the tank are equivalent to a whole night's sleep.
Others use it to improve memory and perfect their performance.
By being in a very deep, relaxed state, you learn better and you can model off golf swings. So they might play a repeat sort of vision of someone doing a perfect stroke.
Richard Meadows manufactures the tanks right here in SA. He exports them to more than 25 countries and supplies them to some very famous floaters.
Bill McPherson used to use it at Hayman Island, and the Sultan of Brunei is the biggest celebrity. A couple of them were sitting on a beach in front of $1 billion palace. Some Port Power players and probably some Crows players have used the Institute of Sport here.
And how much does one of these babies cost?
Well, one of these babies costs around about $10,000.
But don't stress, because you can use one for around $50 an hour. A worthy investment, according to these guys who swear by floating to find a little peace.
This gives people that time to just escape into their little cocoon and be uncontactable and have no distractions.
Extraordinary. And it has to be experienced to be appreciated.